Zacks Rank Buys, stocks with a short-term buy or strong buy recommendation. Now, here are more Zacks Rank Buys. Let's look at a couple of momentum stock picks now with Mike Vodicka, our momentum stock strategist here at Zacks.com. PriceSmart Incorporated, PSMT, is one that you've written about recently on the Momentum Fast Track. They own and operate warehouse clubs.
Yes, they do. This is sort of a play on what we're seeing in the consumer environment where, consumers are going for value, wages are down, due to the kind of slower economic growth we're seeing. And it's also a play on South America, Latin America, which is where their predominant presence is.
So this is a company that operates food warehouse clubs?
Yeah, they do a lot of food, but then they also just do regular consumables like paper towel, toilet paper, soap, things of that nature.
Okay.
The company has a market cap of $1.7 billion, so it is a smaller mid-capper. But we've seen some pretty nice gains in the share price recently, and that comes on the heels of another strong quarter from PriceSmart from early July. Revenue was up 24% year over year, and the company produced a nice 11% earnings surprise, and they've surprised by 15% over the last 4 quarters. So pretty nice trend in play there.
Okay.
Moving into the company's financial profile is they've used some of their earnings momentum to boost their balance sheet. Cash and short-term investments are up $11 million to $67 million, and that's against long total debt of just $72 million. That's going to give them a lot of financial flexibility moving forward for growth and various projects and whatnot. Moving into estimates, we did see some movement in estimates. The current year added 8 cents to $2.11. The next year estimate is fairly bullish. Analysts are looking for 18% earnings growth, so the longer-term picture looks good for PriceSmart too. In light of some of the recent gains we've seen, the valuation picture does look a bit pricey. Their PEG ratio is 1.44, and that's above the traditional benchmark for value of 1, so that's something to be aware of too. But again, this is a momentum stock, so they typically don't have, these aren't value stocks.
Yeah.
And then getting into the chart here is we have seen a pretty great year from PriceSmart. There's some pretty big gains on the table. Shares have been riding this trend line higher for the last few months. We recently saw a new 52-week high, just above $62, and the trend is definitely higher right now. So PriceSmart's looking good. Okay,
Randgold Resources. Gold, the ticker symbol on this one.
Yes.
Obvious. Exploration and production of gold mines is what they specialize in.
That's right. Yeah, this is a play on what we're seeing happening in gold right now, where gold is basically just surging into new high after new high, and that's because investors are looking for safety assets, as they're called. So gold is viewed as a great safety asset and also as a hedge against the devaluation of the dollar, which has been weak for a long time now. Moving into the company's second quarter results, they produced a pretty nice earnings surprise. They came in 51% ahead of the Zacks consensus estimate, and the company also noted that they were actually able to double their production year over year. So that says a lot about the flexibility of their operation to respond to the different gold prices. Moving forward, the CEO said he does see plenty of momentum in the business. They're able to maintain their expenses or hold their expenses low, and then of course with gold surging higher like it is, that just means additional more revenue and more earnings for this company. Getting into estimates here, we did see a little bit of movement in estimates. The current year estimate added 9 cents to 427, and then the next year estimate is fairly bullish. Analysts are looking for 42% growth, so that's a nice number there too. Valuation picture looks great on Randgold. Shares only trading with a PEG ratio of 0.57, so there's a lot of value in this gold stock too, which is kind of unusual. Some of the gold stocks tend to be a little bit pricey, so that's definitely something to pay attention to with Randgold. And then finally, moving into the chart is we've seen shares have been a little bit choppy, but the general trend is higher, and we recently saw a new 52-week high. So anyone that wants to play gold, this is a good stock to look at.
Yeah, so a stock like this would be a way to get exposure to gold without having to worry about being able to afford the actual metal.
Absolutely, that's a great point, definitely. And there's multiple ways to invest in gold, and if you want to buy physical gold, you have to go out there and buy it, and then you have to store it.
Yeah.
So this is an easier way to gain access to the gold market.
All right.
Definitely.
Do you own either of these two?
No, I don't.
All right, we have more stock picks for you on our homepage at Zacks.com. If you haven't been there, you should check it out. We put 4 new ones up there for you daily, one in each of the investing categories featured on Zacks.com. With Mike, I'm Terry Ruffalo.